Hey. Hey,
we're recording.
We're recording.
Hey, gotcha. Hey.
Gotcha.
That was a wild thing
Thanks,
you said
Josh.
before the mics were on about all those people in that side of the town. That was weird.
Be safe.
Be safe. Be safe.
Josh just left.
Josh left. God, I can't open these. They're not a regular beer.
Got those twisty twistersons.
Yeah, man.
Dennis is over here starting us a nice fire.
It's really nice. It's cute.
I can't wait for it to be cold enough to actually enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not.
It's mainly to keep the mosquitoes away right now.
That's it. Bibbed overalls were a piss poor choice for tonight.
You look good, though.
I do.
It's so humble.
No. Well, if you would see me in front of the mirror at home, you'd be like really impressed that I'm talking good about myself.
I understand that. Yeah.
Like, if it was me by myself, like, you look so stupid right now. You big dumb idiot.
I would just prefer to get rid of all the reflective surfaces in my house.
Yeah.
I might as well. There's nobody else there but me and my kids occasionally.
Well, I have one mirror in my entire camper because I live in a camper. That's how you know you're winning at life. When you live in a RV.
It's not even an RV.
No, it's not.
It's a camper.
It's a camper.
It's travel trailer.
Bumper pool, not even gooseneck.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, it's a nice place though.
For me, it's enough.
That's all you need. Your kids like it. Your kids are happy when they're
my kids like
there.
it. They won't like it in like 3 years when they get older. They'll be like, "Where's my personal space?"
Well, maybe in 3 years you'll be in a different situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe I'll be on Mars. Maybe I'll take Elon up on his offer.
Yeah. Well, that would suck for the band.
I'm never leaving this band.
Not even for Mars?
Not even for Mars.
Well, that's good to know.
Not even in 30 seconds to Mars.
I know we didn't really give anybody a good heads up about questions or anything tonight, but
no, we didn't. This night is kind of.
It's been the last 4 days have been
fucking crazy, to say the least.
Ridiculous.
This has been as a musician playing in a band. This has been the wildest 4 days of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just get into it. Top of the hour.
Let's do it.
So we had that show at Reno's. We were really amped to play there.
Yeah, I can't wait to never play there again.
And I'll never. Those guys can eat all the dicks. So we'll just kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
And then you'll find out why we hate this place. You'll find out why all our friends hate this place now. We were the wrong. I feel like we were maybe the wrong band to fuck with on that front. Because I've talked to a couple of guys, and after they heard what happened, they're just kind of over it too.
Yeah, and I don't hold the venue completely responsible.
Yeah,
for what
not
happened.
Completely, but I don't know. It just left a weird taste in my mouth.
But the whole thing leading up to the show was bad. Like, the promoter would never respond to any questions that we had. Like, we didn't find out what time load-in was until
Thursday.
2 days before the show.
Yeah, Thursday last week.
It was wild.
I think we talked about that last week, but we were kind of being coy about it. We're like, maybe they use pigeon mail or anything like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't respond to any of our messages, emails, nothing.
And we messaged multiple people
who were involved with Reno's Chop Shop.
And everybody was like, oh, ask this person. Oh, ask this person. Or just didn't answer at all. And they say, oh, ask this person. Well, we've been asking this person, and they haven't answered us. Right. That's why we're asking you. And
it would have been great if their communication was just trash and everything else went good. But that's not the case. So Saturday, we drive all the way to Deep Ellum, and we get there. So Chad, Matt, and myself, we get there a couple hours after Dennis and Josh. Those guys unloaded for us, basically. They did all the heavy lifting. We showed up and just waited to play a show.
Yeah, farted around for a couple hours.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like, I was excited for it. So we get to Deep Ellum. We pay for parking, but that's a normal thing you're going to do there.
Hi, Paco.
We get into the bar, and Josh and Dennis are sitting. Josh is drinking a little beer. Dennis is drinking a beer. They look fine. Me and you order a beer, and we kind of chit-chat for a while. and I disappeared for a little bit.
Had to handle some business.
I had to handle some business. Then they opened up the venue to us. We go to the back venue, and by this time I've ordered another beer. You've ordered another beer.
Right.
And Dennis had ordered a shot.
Correct.
And he kind of he's sipping on the shot. Then I order another beer. You order another beer. And Dennis
is still
sipping that one shot. That one shot he ordered, he's sipping it. Because he's a professional, and he was just like, I'm not going to get hammered before a show.
Right. His brother was there, and it's like a tradition with him and his brother that they do the tequila. Tequila. Which is it's cool. I can't drink it, but good for those that do.
Yeah. We're just kind of vibing out. We're listening to some pretty good jams that they're playing over the PA. And we go into the backstage area for a little bit, getting kind of our stuff set up before the first band plays.
Yeah, trying to get stuff as much ready as we possibly can in the small amount of space that we have, because we want to make the set change as easy as possible.
I don't know if you've ever tried to castrate a bobcat in a broom closet. It's the same fucking thing in that back room. There's nothing.
It might have been worse.
Yeah,
because they have their stage bar, and then their storage room where they keep all their beer is also back there.
Right, and you have to have that pathway between the two.
Couldn't block it.
So you can't block it. So that cuts
the 37 square feet went down to 16 square feet because, you can't be in front of this door. We got told that no less than 7 times.
And it's fucking impossible. We had 4 bands on the bill. Everybody has their equipment. We're big boys. We play big amps. We have more than one guitar.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are we supposed to put all this stuff?
Right.
That's not even the part where I'm pissed off about.
And the band that played after us, both of their guitar players played full stacks.
Yep. The bassist had a fucking...
The big old 810 MPEG.
MPEG, yeah. Yeah. Well, when we're doing this, I'm kind of nudging Matt a little bit. I'm like, man, Dennis is kind of sloppy right now.
Dennis was a little frisky.
He was... I knew something was up when he came and, hugged my neck. And he grabs my shoulder and he goes, you wrote these songs, I wrote these songs. These people are going to hear these songs tonight. I'm like, all right, Dennis. And then he hugs me, big. I think I've had physical contact with Dennis, 2 times our entire friendship.
Yeah, Dennis is not a big hugger.
No, which is fine. Yeah. I know that's him. That's great. But he was very huggy. We finally get kind of our stuff set up in a way we can move it on stage real easy. We go back to watch the first band. And between this time, I got Dennis a Red Bull because I thought he was kind of sloppy. I was like, hey, tighten up, dude.
Yeah, trying to get shit right.
We watched the first band. Josh is putting water down Dennis's throat because he's like, what the heck, Dennis? And Dennis is unable to communicate with us.
Yeah, something's obviously not right.
Something not right with Dennis. Dennis is walking around with his GoPro, and his eyes are as big as I've ever seen him before, and he's taking videos of us. They're cool videos, I would think.
I hope so. We haven't seen them yet.
I can't wait to see those.
I can't wait for nobody else to see them, though.
Yeah. So the first band ends. It's time to go. It's a mad rush. You have to wait for the first band to get their shit off the stage.
And they took
forever. Now, I don't know if they didn't know how long they were supposed to play for. I don't know if they were clued in or they just fucking did what they wanted to. They're a punk rock band, so I'm assuming they just fuck everyone.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Those limey pricks. They decided to push the envelope on us. That's an inside joke.
Yeah,
he had to be there, I guess. I don't know. This guy's been in Texas for 35 years. He still speaks in a British accent.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird to me. I don't know.
But yeah, they
took forever to get off stage after they played.
Yeah, them and us were supposed to both have 30-minute sets.
Yeah.
They played for almost an hour.
Yeah. Yes. They played for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
They finally get off stage. Took them forever to get off stage, and they only were playing through small amps. The drummer was playing a pretty simple 5-piece. Stuff that would, if you know what you're doing, you can get off pretty quick.
Right. But the space constraints made things harder a little bit.
So they get off in the mad rush of getting our shit on stage. Everyone just grabs onto something and puts it on stage. I get my amp hooked up. You're getting your amp hooked up. The drums are getting set up. We're running our cables to our head.
Yep.
And that took us all of like 5 minutes.
Right.
And we're doing sound check on guitars and vocals. Well, I can't hear myself in my ears. We use in-ear monitors.
Yeah, so your vocal mic didn't work.
Yep.
My vocal mic didn't work. Your guitar mic didn't work.
Guitar mic didn't work.
So we're trying to figure out what's going on. Turns out the sound guy didn't plug in his side of the channels. Anyway,
the list we gave him,
it doesn't have our mics on it, but it has your guitar on it. So
right.
I would think worst case scenario, at least your guitar's coming through.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the iPad trying to get our ear mix done.
Right.
And I'm getting no signal from either one of our vocal mics or
right.
your guitar cabinet.
So so
something's wrong.
Inside baseball, we hand the sound guy a piece of paper that has every channel and number that they can hook up to. Some of them were off because we've had to mess with, but not enough. Like we explained that to him like numerous times.
Yeah, Josh had multiple conversations with him about this. Is like, hey, I know these two aren't listed on the set,
but this needs to be done.
But these need to be plugged in.
Right. And if you're a competent sound guy, that should have been an easy thing to see and do, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed like a really cool guy. I just
it sounded good once we finally got everything working.
Yes.
But that took 15 minutes for us to figure out what's going on. I ended up having to reset all of our amplifiers for our ear mixes and everything. Anyway, got all that working.
Well, as this was going on, I look over to Dennis, and Dennis is like in struggle mode.
Dennis is in another universe.
So I go over to Dennis. All my stuff's hooked up, and I'm going over to Dennis, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, your amp's not on." He goes over there it's not Dennis, but he goes over and flips his amp on, and the light doesn't come on. I'm like, your light's not on, and I'm thinking to myself, his amp's messed up. That's my first thought. Was
something happened,
something fucked up.
Wrong. Yeah.
And then I look behind it. There's no power cable to his amp, and I'm starting to recall oh wait, I put his amp on his cabinet.
Right. Did I do something wrong?
So I get Josh like, hey, do we have extra power cables? Dennis doesn't have a cable. Josh, rightfully upset, finds a cable, gets it there. I plug it in, turn it on, and then I realize his cabinet's not hooked up to his head. And I was like, God damn it. So I find an extra cable of mine. I hook it up.
Yeah.
And then I realize his pedal is not to his amp. Nothing's hooked up.
Right.
We've been here for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Nothing's hooked up. And I didn't realize what was going on. So I was like, Dennis, hey, dude.
Get it together.
Tighten up, dude. Yeah. You got to get going. You have to you got to fucking go.
And Dennis is one of the most professional.
He's the wizard. It makes sense if it was me, but it's not. It's
right.
Dennis. We go. I'm looking at Dennis on his pedal board what is not right? And he's just looking at me.
Yeah.
Looking through me.
And we don't know
Yeah.
all the ins and outs of his setup.
No.
Yet. I think we have a better handle on it now.
We'll figure it out too. I'm gonna take pictures of this shit. So if this happens again, I'll be ready.
And the power supply for the pedal board is not plugged in. Amp wasn't plugged. There was a lot of just weird things that
shit's not adding up.
Yeah, something's not right here. And we say something, and Dennis is like, cool, yeah. So he grabs his other guitar.
Dude, that was it, actually.
That's less plugged in than the guitar that he had currently.
He had his Dimebag guitar hooked up, had a cable in it.
Yeah.
Dennis got that right. He takes that guitar off, grabs a 7-string.
It's not plugged into anything.
And he's just jamming.
It just starts jamming.
And there's nothing coming through. It's not plugged in. He's just headbanging and like moving his
Having
fingers.
the time of his life.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, so finally we make the call to get Dennis off the stage.
Which was so hard.
Yeah, no, it was, I was just like, he can't be up here. Like, there was a moment like, can he play? And I'll play, and he just looks like he's playing. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And me and Josh, I was like, get him off the stage. Something's not, like, he's fucked up.
Yeah, this is the time when we started realizing, there's an issue here.
There's an issue. And
well, it was sooner than that, but that's when it kind of like,
fuck,
nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Before that, I was like, oh, he's a little sloshed, but we've all been there.
Right.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
Put the guitar in your hand, it will come to you.
Done more with less.
Muscle memory is a real thing, and that's, yes.
Absolutely.
We get him off the stage. We play 2 songs.
Well, we played our first song.
Yeah, we played our first song thinking we're going to play our whole set.
Finish the song. Sound guy weasels his way up next to the stage. He goes, hey, y'all got 5 minutes.
I can't tell you how, dude, I was livid. Like, I was having the hardest time keeping composure.
Yeah.
Like, I almost just, like, turned off everything and just started kicking teeth in, dude.
Yeah.
It fucking pissed me off so bad.
It was rough.
So we played 2 songs, and now we have to do that whole fucking shebang getting our shit off the stage again.
Right.
And we get off the stage, we're moving our shit, and then it was either you or Chad or where's Dennis? Dennis had put himself into the dry closet where they store all the booze, the cooler.
Right.
And he's hiding.
Yeah, because he thinks he's dying.
Everything makes sense now that I know what it is, but like at that time, I just thought homie is trashed.
Faded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homie is cross-faded or trashed, and he's like, he doesn't know where to go. He's in there. We get our stuff out of there. We have to fucking park in the parking lot with a fence between us.
Because the alley is full of other vehicles.
Well, the next band parked right there and left.
Yeah.
They left their trailer there.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can pull in. Cool. So we're just there. So we load all our stuff in the alleyway. Dennis's brother brings Dennis outside to, like, hey, stay here, chill. And Dennis, like, hops onto his cabinet.
He's like perched up like a gargoyle.
Yeah.
But
like,
he's asleep.
He was in a peasant squat, asleep on his cabinet, leaning against the wall as we're loading up. And I'm like, hey, Dennis, fucking, I gotta load your shit up.
And we're like, at this point in time, in all honesty,
I thought he was...
We're kind of pissed off because we thought, oh, Dennis got hammered and just blew the night.
Like, to be completely transparent and clear, I thought Dennis got hammered behind our back somehow.
And just so anybody thinks we're talking shit, Dennis is right here.
Yeah, Dennis is right here smoking a cigar, and we're not talking shit.
No, we've had this conversation.
To his face.
Yeah.
At this time, we just thought it was a... man. We just thought Dennis
we're like,
pulled the wool over us.
We're like, what the hell's going on?
We get our shit loaded. Josh takes Dennis in the car. They drive back home to East Texas. You and I had a wonderful dinner with Chad and my brother Chad.
We'll talk about that more later.
Yeah, that's not important. Well, we're messaging each other, giving Dennis time to, like, chill or sleep or whatever, trying to figure out, like, what the fuck was... He farted. He's sad. We're down.
We're outside. It's okay.
Yeah. We're like the math wasn't mathin'.
Yeah, no, none of us could make sense of what happened.
No, and I was like, maybe he took like a weird... at one point I said, did he eat like a weird weed gummy and like super strong and he just didn't know what planet he was on? And then we were thinking like Dennis was more excited about the show than most of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He was excited. He wanted to ride with Josh to get there early so he, just scope out the place. Like there's like the math wasn't math, and like I said, Dennis wanted to be there. and he's professional, something's not right.
Right. There was nothing about the situation that made 1 ounce of any kind of sense.
And this was after like I calmed down. I was so mad Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking beyond mad. But once we started putting our heads together, like, man, something's rotten in Denmark. Like, something has to happen. Well, Josh yesterday took Dennis out for a coffee to talk, and comes to find out,
and we've all reached out to an extent between then and now.
Dennis tried to call me, and I tried to call him back, and he didn't answer. So I was like, okay, he'll call me if he wants to talk.
Right.
Wasn't like I was like leaving him alone.
But none of us really knew how to approach the situation because
it was new.
We were all so confused and so like we said, none of it made sense. Because of all the people that would, quote unquote, self-sabotage, or
it'd be me,
or one of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a podcast called Truck Beers.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Well, we find out that Dennis has no memory from the point of us like hanging out, listening to good jams, and he has like a faded memory of being on stage, and his brain is telling his body to fix his pedal board, but he can't do anything about it.
Right.
Then he blacks out and panics.
And hides. So like, there's this. It was about probably 8:45 Saturday night.
Yeah.
To about whenever you woke up on Sunday morning.
You woke up around 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah. In his own bed and doesn't remember anything.
Close to, there's 12 hours.
Gone.
He'll never get back. And we've come to find out someone slipped our boy a Mickey, a roofie or something. And that is absolutely unacceptable. And like I said, we're not blaming Reno's per se.
Not directly.
But it's just been a shit show with them the entire go. And it's terrifying, man. Like, that could have been his last night on Earth. It could have been, fentanyl. It could have been something so bad.
Or, like, it could have been something that
you have a
allergic reaction to. And, guess what? Your throat swells shut and you die. I mean, and I get it. Like, people just kind of suck sometimes.
Yeah.
And it, like you said earlier, it could have been meant for somebody else that you just happened to get the wrong cup. You don't.
Yeah, that's, either someone's real shitty or it's an accident. Like, but also that's not an accident. Like,
right. Somebody had bad intentions for someone.
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of a blessing in disguise that some chick didn't get.
Yeah, it's true.
Tossed out like that. I mean, I don't know. True. It's so scary. And it's like, what's wild is like, once we found out all this was going on, we realized that you have a story and I have a story that's been years ago. I played at Benny's on 259 and I got dosed with something. And there's that's time you can't get back. I mean, I understand getting trashed on your own, but like, you're kind of in control of that. But Dennis didn't want that. Dennis wanted to play our fucking show and give Deep Ellum something to talk about. Now there's people that seen us play live and they think that we're just a complete train wreck. And that's not us.
And it's different when you make the decision for yourself.
Yeah.
Have.
No, there's a moment when
know what you're getting into.
There's a moment when people says, "Let's get shots," and you're like, "Oh, y'all want to see a train wreck tonight?"
Right.
And with this band, if someone like offers a bunch of shots, I'm like, dude, wait till I'm done playing, or this, that, and the other, because I'm not.
Yeah, and I mean that happened to a friend of mine and one of her girlfriends. They were just hanging out with some chick at a show that I was running sound at, and this chick drugged both of them for reasons unbeknownst to anyone.
It's fucking trash behavior.
And I ended up having to take both of them home, making sure they got home okay. And like she was down and out for a week.
Dude, it's the worst.
she was sick for 2 or 3 days, and then it was a solid week before she felt like herself again. And I know Dennis said he just
I was about to
today
say,
started
Dennis,
feeling better.
do you want to come tell him like the after effects? Is that something you want to do, or just let them know that it's fucking shitty? Here.
So when I was kind of trying to figure out, piece things together, what happened, and I panicked. I went straight back to my banking app. I thought I lost my mind and just went nuts at the bar, and just the Hulk came out, and I was just, I didn't know. I had no clue.
Yeah, but you automatically assume worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst. My mind, I automatically go worst case scenario. So I go to my bank app. I'm thinking my bank account is gone. I freaking like bought a bottle and chugged it. Why would I do this? And there's just so many things racing through my mind. It was total panic. Like the type of panic like your best friend or one of your kids just got hurt or something. You're freaking out. Like, so I go to my bank account, and it was the same thing. You guys remember there. From in a 3.5 hour time span, it was 3 beers and a shot. And I scroll down. I'm like, there has to be more. There has to be more. Like, and there's nothing. And so I'm not one to get nausea when I drink. And the way I was feeling, I was having body tremors. Like my arms were shivering, like I was freezing. And then this was the next morning, laying in bed. I'm trying to figure all this out.
Yeah, your body's going through withdrawals from whatever
and
you
I'm going
had
through
before.
my bank account, and I'm nauseous. I feel like I'm about to blow chunks to the wall, and that's just not me. It's not a side effect that I get from alcohol. And I'm just trying to piece together the night, like where did all this start going off the rails? And there's bits and pieces of us hanging out, and I know the first band hadn't gone on at that point. And then the next thing I know, I'm standing on stage looking at my pedal board. One of my cables to my delay pedal, that's what my mind was focused on. Obviously, nothing got hooked up, but my mind was focused on the jack.
Well, you were in survival mode at this point in time.
Yeah, and I'm telling myself, like, fix it. Like, bend down.
Plug it in.
Plug your freaking delay pedal in, dude. And my body will not move. Like, I have no control. And this fear of this just impending doom set in, like I was about to die. And when I say that terror inside of me, it was like somebody threw me out of an airplane without a parachute. Just death is imminent in this moment. And up until I called and found out what actually happened, I thought I just passed smooth out on the stage. I didn't know if you guys had to pick me up, carry me off. Like, it just goes black. It's dark. I'm asleep, and then I wake up in my bed.
That's crazy.
So there's no loadout. There's no other bands playing. There's no ride home. Josh said we stopped at Buc-ee's. He tried to feed me a hamburger to help me get out of it.
And that's a solid 2-hour drive.
Yeah. So at this point, we're talking, what, 3.5 hours?
Oh, you're probably you're 4 hours in at this point.
Yeah. And so, I had to talk to Josh yesterday to find out all of this stuff, what happened, whatever. But that was my viewpoint. That's what was going on with me. Just everything kind of just lights out, and there's a couple of splotches in there where we're all hanging out, and then I'm freaking out on stage, and that's it. I wake up, and I feel freaking sick.
Because you have absolutely no idea what happened.
I had no clue what happened. And in my head, I'm thinking, I just sabotaged this whole band. Like, and the worst thing is just not freaking knowing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going back in my mind. I'm like, did I do something really stupid? Did I piss everybody off? Like, was I trying to fight some people? That was one side effect that really got me, was I thought I got in a fight because my kidneys were freaking pounded like a mule kicked me straight in my back, dude. And I was like, I got to get water. And like, I chugged a gallon of water in like an hour with full of BCAAs and aminos,
right.
and then just kept hammering, and it just wasn't going. By that night, still was there. Well, I didn't eat that entire day.
We were just super worried about you because
I couldn't eat.
This is not the dentist that any of us know.
Yeah, and I was just lost, and I wanted to find out what happened. But I did not want to find out what happened.
Right.
Like,
because you're afraid that something completely out of your control went down and you have no memory of it whatsoever.
None. And my worst fear was that,
because if you would have fought us, you would have kicked our ass.
No, I wouldn't have. I was freaking. I didn't know what I could hold myself up, man. Like,
could have knocked him over with a feather,
dude. But that was where my mind was. My mind was like, I have blown it. I have, that was the worst part of the whole thing mentally. So I'm dealing with all this physical,
But the mental part's always worse.
But the emotional roller coaster I was on Sunday was horrific, because I was like, I've done it. My brothers are gone. This is over. Like, we're done. Like, something bad happened. I knew something bad happened, but I guess because of that fear, that terror that I had in me, like, I thought something bad happened with us.
Right.
Like, I thought something like really went down bad, and in that moment I couldn't hear it. Like, I wouldn't have. I don't know what I would have done, if I had actually called and you guys were like, dude, do you have any freaking clue what you did, what you said?
Well, you would have had to say no because you didn't.
Yeah, I did. But it's still that, man, that is the worst feeling of anything. It's like something you can say, yeah, it wasn't my fault because I wasn't in control, but then at the same time, it's something you would have to live with.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't care who you are, that weight.
That's a lot.
If you're any kind of freaking human being,
yeah.
that's a weight you're gonna have to bear. And it just, man, Sunday was just horrible. But as far as the effects of this stuff, I of course went to Google and read several different medical pages, because you always read one, and that's, people read one and take it as gospel or whatever, but I went through several of them, and it was just like to the letter.
Yeah.
Everything. And even one of them said the impending doom.
Wow.
The fear of death.
Checked all the boxes.
Yeah. And so nothing made sense. I thought I passed out on you guys, like went face first into the stage, and I was done. But when I found out what happened and I left the stage and then went and hid myself, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought I was freaking dying.
Yeah. No, you were hiding from reality.
Yeah. And that's just insane to know that all that happened and it's not there. Like, my mind is, it's like somebody telling you about a TV show you've never seen.
Right. I mean, I guess the only... Are we back?
Are we back?
Sorry. Yeah, so sorry, we had a little technical glitch there.
But what we were saying is, like, none of it made sense to us. Dennis, I wouldn't think Dennis would be hiding something that severe to us. Like, the more we thought about it, the more we realized, like...
Yeah, none of it made sense.
Yeah. And then it became concern and worry.
And that lasted for 2 days.
Yeah. And it was weird for me because, like, I wanted to reach Dennis. I made that call back, and he didn't answer, so I was like, okay, that means he doesn't want to talk right now.
Yeah, because we didn't want to intrude. Like, if it was, like, an issue that we weren't aware of, we didn't want to put you on the spot and call you out or make you feel worse about it.
Right. And I knew Tuesday...
But we didn't know you were trying to die.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine that? Like fuck, man.
That's rough. So whoever did that's a massive piece of shit.
I would put my foot so far in his ass.
Or her.
Or her. Shit. They can
anybody can catch it.
This motherfucker's gonna catch these hands. That's terrible. You're a thief of joy and time. That's the worst thing you can do.
And like I said, you know, it could have been meant for somebody else, and that's equally, if not worse, as bad.
Yeah.
Because they could have meant, you know, that could have been directed at some pretty little thing that somebody was trying to...
I hate to say it.
You know, do something with. I don't know, but either way.
I hate to say it, but as everyone knows, we try our best to make light of situations, even as heavy as they are.
Yeah.
It's Dennis's fucking eyes.
That's true.
They're so majestic. Some cougar was like, I'm going to get some of that young man tonight. Dosed him up, and then he realized, oh, he rolls so heavy with his boys, I can't get him away.
You're lucky you've got us.
You're lucky because Ethel would have got it if we weren't there. With your no-thinking ass. The scary thing, like Dennis brought up earlier, if Dennis would have walked out that door...
Which he does often.
He's a side quest wizard.
Yeah.
If he'd have walked out that door...
We never would have seen him again.
We would have never found you until you came to. You'd been running around Deep Ellum amongst those thousands and thousands of people there.
It was so packed.
God almighty damn. Maybe that would have been the best thing.
Yeah.
No, they would have probably took you to the hospital and realized you got roofied, and you would have got pumped with all kinds of good shit. Not Josh trying to feed you a hamburger.
Feed you a Whataburger.
Are you hungry?
You want some of these soggy French fries?
He didn't know what to do. I mean, none of us did.
No. And we tried to get your brother to take you home.
And he was
like, "No, I'm in Mesquite now."
I live in Mesquite. I was like, "Let him sleep on your couch." I don't know, like. Oh, okay. So he's staying. He's going to CDL school, living in a hotel right now.
He didn't give us that bit of information.
Yeah, he can't have anybody in his. Oh, okay. Okay.
That makes a lot more sense because I thought he was just a big old piece of shit.
Yeah, I thought he was just like, dude, this is your brother, man.
Like, he was like, fuck him.
He was like, he even told me you guys said that was like, they tried to get me to if they catch anybody in my room, I'm done. And like, that was the day before his last day.
Oh, wow.
He took his test Monday and passed it.
Oh, congratulations, he passed his test.
Good for him.
Yeah, now he's getting to go out on the road.
Eastbound and down, loading up and trucking. That's cool. I'm glad he's doing that. You're gonna drive around across America.
So, Dennis's brother, if you listen to this podcast, I'm sorry. I thought you were a piece of shit, but all of us did.
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude, that's your fucking brother. What are you doing?
Yeah. He didn't give us that very important piece of information.
Kind of hard when he's taking his brother around the back to get him in a car. He's like, I can't take him because I have a CDL test Monday, and then, you know.
I guess.
That makes a lot of sense now.
I mean, a more structured excuse would have been better than like, I'm just in Mesquite.
I'm in Mesquite. I was like, okay, dude.
Cool, we're in Dallas right now.
Yeah, we are here. So that's been our 4 days.
So now we can get into the serious pizza experience.
Dude.
So
this is after all this. And we know Dennis is heading home.
Dennis is safe. Josh
safely.
has him. They're on their way home.
So my brother, Chad, was with him and his wife, Bree, were with us.
Yep.
And it was you and our drummer, Chad.
Right.
And we're like, the whole reason I wanted to come here was for this fucking pizza. I didn't get Velvet Taco.
Yeah, we got there too late.
Yeah, we got there too late.
Well, not really, but
Late enough.
in hindsight, we had time.
Yep. Might have been our savior if we all went to go get tacos beforehand.
You know what?
Taco saves. So, to be honest, some of my memory on this is kind of weird, but not that weird.
Okay.
I did a lot of drinking and maybe dabbled in the dark arts. I don't know.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard, Harry. So we make our way to Serious Pizza, and the line was
It was packed.
atrocious. There's
It was
1 million people
packed.
in there.
And so, like, I haven't been to Serious Pizza in probably
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
The last time I went there, it was like a counter with a bunch of dudes selling pizza by the slice, or you could order a whole pie.
Yep.
Or whatever. They had great beer selection, and it was pretty quick. You're in and out because they were turning folks like crazy.
Well,
Now there's
It's
a
a-
whole nother room
yes.
where you order at,
Yes.
and then you get to wait 45 minutes for a piece of pizza.
So we get in line, we wait fucking 10 minutes, finally get to order. We all order a slice of pepperoni.
They don't take cash either, so just
oh,
in
that
case
was neat. I
you
owe you
decide-
money, actually. Sorry.
It's okay.
I remember
Just
that.
in case you decide to go to Serious Pizza in Deep Ellum, take some plastic.
Yeah, don't have cash like I did because I had cash, and they're like, "Fuck your cash." I was like, "This is America."
Your money's no good here, sir.
Sir. So my beautiful boyfriend bought us pizza and beer, and we go find a spot to sit at.
Yeah, we basically like hawked a table. There was people that had just gotten up,
We just
and
moved.
I saw people walk
Yeah.
into the table, and I went and sat down
Yeah,
and just moved the plates.
yeah.
Like, this
No,
is
I
my
took
spot.
all the dirty plates and I gave it to one of the guy running around. I was like, "Here's your shit." We're
Oh,
sitting-
thanks, man.
Uh,
You know, they never came and wiped the table down either. I don't
It
think they
didn't
cared
matter.
at that point
It
in
didn't
time.
fucking matter.
Well, they had the bathroom situation to deal with.
So me and you have been drinking a couple of beers.
Yeah,
and
I got to take a leak because it's like
It's time to pee.
it's time to pee. So I go in the bathroom, and there's somebody at the urinal, and it's a giant bathroom,
Huge.
but
Huge.
there's a stall, a urinal, and a sink. They could have probably fit at least 2 to 3 more toilets in this bathroom. Anyway, that's beside the point.
The stall is massive.
It's huge. It's ADA compliant, which makes sense. It's got to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So I go into the stall, and I had left my phone on the table, which makes the story even better because I would have just sent a picture of this. So I go in the stall, and I'm like, holy literal shit.
The most shit.
And I open the door, I turn around, I close the door, and then I turn around and look at the toilet. And I can't tell if this is like the most immaculate case of like premeditated.
It's
fuck
either
this
vandalism.
place. Yeah, it's either vandalism or somebody had a really bad night.
The worst night of their life.
So there is liquid shit all over the back of the toilet. And this is one of those like tankless toilets, so there's like it's just the bowl and then the pipe with the handle, right? So there's shit all over the back of the toilet. It's on the wall, it's on the floor. The bowl is crystal clean.
It's the cleanest.
Like
yes.
they missed everything except what they were aiming for.
So Matt comes back to the table.
I was like, you gotta go.
He's
go
like,
to the
"Hey,
bathroom.
go to the bathroom."
Look in the stall. Don't even worry about the urinal. Go to the stall.
And I was like, "Okay." I had to pee, so it didn't.
Right.
It was fine. I go into the bathroom, and there's a guy at the hand washing the sink. And I walk to the stall, and I see the mud spray.
It looked like somebody took chocolate pudding and just threw it.
Yeah. You know that scene in Hook when he's like, "Use your imagination, Peter,"
Yeah,
with the like colorful pudding?
it was that, but poop.
But it was shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone was like, "There
Yeah.
you are, Peter.
But the fact that there
You're
was none of
doing
it. There was nothing on the toilet seat.
Just
There was nothing in the toilet. It was just all over the back of it,
Yes.
the wall, and the floor.
So I commenced to like losing my shit. I've been mad this entire time up to this point, and I'm like, oh yeah, life is funny.
Yeah.
There's shit all over the place. Dude, farts and shit are the funniest thing to me. Like, I think it's the
We're
great...
children.
Huh?
We're children.
Yeah, well, I'm a child. So I commenced to like crying, laughing, and the guy washing his hands like,
What is this dude doing?
He's
like,
like,
a
what the
nervous
f-
breakdown
yeah.
in the stall.
he's like, this guy's freaking out right now. And I was like, you see all this shit?
About to make a name of myself.
Look at that doo-doo. And I go back to the table, and then my favorite thing to do is when I see things like that, I try to come up with a backstory.
Yeah.
My philosophy is, like, if you can't come up with a backstory, then it doesn't happen. So what I'm thinking is there was a guy in Deep Ellum having the night of his life. But he had the rumpy dumps, that gargle, that fucking
bubble
pain.
guts.
Yeah, he had that pain.
Yeah.
And he saw Serious Pizza.
It's like it's now or never.
I've got to make it.
Yep. He didn't.
That kind of
He almost did.
that kind of shit, by the time he walked through the door and made a couple of 10 steps in, he's like, I'm going to shit my pants. He keeps pressing forward. He gets to the bathroom door, it's seeping.
Yeah.
By the time he hits the stall, he's already pulling his pants down.
Yep. Didn't quite make
He's
it
like,
all
well,
the
now
way.
I'm not going to shit my pants, but whatever happens here from now on,
It's in God's hands.
it's in God's hands. And that's why we have a beautiful brown Arco Deco flavoring in that bathroom.
So, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, somebody just blew chunks in here, right?
Yeah.
But then the smell hit, and I was like, oh, no.
That's shit.
That's shit.
That's 100% pure grade A shit.
Well, it was, it looked like boba
What would
tea.
have made it?
It was like liquid with chunks in it, like boba tea.
Yeah. What would have made it even funnier if it was a log? If so-
I think if it's a log, you've got time, though.
yeah. No, that was personal. That was a vandalistic.
Yeah. No, that would have been like, that was intentional. If it was
That-
a log, that would have been intentional.
Yeah, if it was a log-
This person had no control at this point in time over
No, that was
anything related to his body.
doo-doo central.
And then before we left, so we finally get our pizza in stages. I had to go buy more beer because it took so long to get pizza.
Yeah.
Before we left, I was like, I gotta pee again because we're fixing to get on the, hit the road, drive, make the 2-hour drive back.
Yep. Shout out to Chad.
Shout out Chad.
DD all day.
And I walked into the bathroom, and there's an empty bucket of bleach on the floor.
Yeah, they
And the
just
same
fucking-
guy that
yeah.
that took the dishes from us was like, I hate my fucking job. 'Cause you could tell that this poor soul had just had to clean up
that
the
shit.
catastrophe that was that.
Shout out to Serious Pizza.
My
though.
eyes, like there was so much bleach in the air, my eyes immediately started watering and my nose burned.
Ugh.
I mean, he used the whole gallon bucket, which you know what? Respect, because I would have just set it on fire and left.
I would have burned that place to the ground.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If someone told me to clean up this human shit,
Nope.
no, not a fucking chance.
Yo, give me a match. I'll clean it up.
Yeah, I'll burn this business to the ground. Pizza was decent.
Pizza was good. It's not as good as it used to be,
Yeah, no,
but it was
Haltom-
huge.
It's massive.
The slice of pizza was. It's like what?
It's basically a medium
$6
pizza.
for a medium pizza. Yeah, personal pan. Worst case scenario.
Great pizza.
But yeah, the Italian place in Haltom
That
blows
place in
it out of
that
the
place in
water.
Haltom shits all over Serious Pizza.
and most pizza places
Yeah.
and other Italian food places.
Yeah, that place in Haltom is the gold standard as far as I'm concerned of pizzas.
I would drive there just to have lunch.
I can't wait to find a significant lady that I care about and want to take her places, that kind of thing.
Yeah, be like, hey, come check this place out.
I want to take you to a place you've never been before.
And none of us know the name of this place.
No.
I don't even know if it has a name.
Joe's.
Is it Joe's?
Joe's Italian food eatery in Haltom, Texas.
Italian food eater.
I'm a bullshit artist,
This is
dude.
a deep cut. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up. Haltom, Texas. Joe's Italian Cuisine Eatery Extravaganza. There's another place in Glen Rose, in downtown Glen Rose.
Yeah, you told me about this place.
Fuck. That is the Italian food place for me, too. I love that place. I was really bummed out the last time I went there. I was looking forward to eating there all day long. Drove my kids to the dinosaur park so they can like see dinosaur footprints in the water. But the only thing I was thinking of was this Italian food place. Just to find out.
There are 17 Italian food places in Haltom City.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Just to find out that they were closed for a quinceañera. That really bummed me out because I realized those guys are not Italian. They're Spanish.
Spanish?
Mexicanos.
So you're going to have to hold this down for about 45 seconds while I go piss.
Okay. But it's raining ash. We have this beautiful fire in front of us, but unfortunately we're just getting soaked in soot. Yeah, we get done eating. Us three heading back to hometown. There's a lot of good topics, a lot of good music shared. I was not asleep. I was awake the whole time. What are you talking about? I actually do this really shitty thing when I start falling asleep. I'll wake up and act like I never was asleep. What is it? Big Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Haltom, Texas. Shout out. They're the best. Go there, and they're great. I mean, it's wild.
I promise you will not be disappointed at the quantity of food that you get for the
And the
price
quality.
that you pay, and it's fucking delicious.
And like it's like these people from New York City. They have these beautiful murals on the wall of mafiosos, and you're like, am I gonna
Yeah, it's like you're eating with the good fellas.
catch a case here?
Well, and then like Mama's over there balancing a checkbook with pen and paper in the front booth.
That was
and
wild.
laughing at all of us stupid
Fucking
young white fellas.
yeah. Look at you.
And she is straight Italian.
She knows things.
And
She's
then-
seen stuff.
And the tall dude, I think, is her son.
Yeah,
And the other guy, I don't know if he's related, but he's part of the family.
they're all
I
Italian.
wish they were part of my
No,
family.
they
'cause
are.
I would be fat.
Their hair has more grease in it than a rear end on a pickup truck.
But not more than the pizza.
Not more than the pizza. That pizza's so fucking good. I love that place.
Their calzones are great.
If Haltom Theater would have us out every weekend, I'd be 400 pounds.
Yeah. Or broke also.
And broke.
I don't know.
No,
She-
fuck, he wouldn't be broke. He'd
No.
be like,
You could go there and get full for $7.
that's with drink.
I bought 2 people food and beverages and paid $9.50,
Yeah.
$13 with tip because I tipped them. You have to tip
You have
them.
to tip or you will die.
You taking it with you?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, look at you with the stretchy cable. So what else we got to talk about?
We can talk about that review we got.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking dope.
So we got our first review on
Apple.
iTunes, Apple Podcast, whatever it is, whatever the lesser version of Spotify is.
The less superior version.
Sure. You only say that because you have an iPhone.
Yeah.
But it was a great review. Somebody's like, hey, I listen to you guys at work all the time through my headphones. My coworkers think I'm crazy because I'm cracking up the whole time. It's so random. I love it. Perfect. That's exactly what we're going for.
That's it. That made me feel like it was, I don't know.
And I don't think that we know this person. Because
I don't know. I don't know.
Their
The
screen name.
username didn't make sense to me. It was a bunch of like letters and
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was fucking.
You caught a stick.
I caught a stick.
It was cool though. That's our first non-friend review.
That was wild, man.
So that was cool.
I hope that you enjoy this one. You know, it's a little serious at first because it was a serious thing that happened.
Yeah, it was. It was a weekend.
It fucked me up, man. Like both ways. Like I didn't know what was wrong with my best friend. Then I was worried about my best friend.
While being mad.
While being upset, yeah, very upset.
It's really weird to be like worried about somebody while you're mad at somebody.
well, the whole time I'm thinking like,
because we automatically assume, oh, this motherfucker.
yeah, this.
Unfortunately, that's human nature.
No, and that's our past, my past for sure.
Same.
Anytime you've had someone that means something to you, they're gonna fuck it up somehow.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a real shitty
Well,
outlook.
apparently, that's the same
Him too.
mindset that he was going through too.
Yeah,
so it
shit was going down. He hid. Fucking same.
you run away from the pain.
Yeah, and like, that's fucked up. Like, whoever did that, like, I hope
Your dick falls off if you have one.
yeah, or your tits shrivel up and fucking turn into prunes, dude.
Hope you get cancer.
Hope your teeth fall out. Hope your hair falls out.
I hope
If
you
you're
got
a
teeth
woman.
on your head and hair in your mouth.
Yeah. I hope you stump your toe every time you get out of your bed, you fucking dick.
Hope you turn into Gollum.
Yeah, live in the fucking Misty Mountains, finding the ring, and you're just gonna fucking harbor on it for years.
But it's a used cock ring.
It's a used cock ring, and you just fucking love it so much, but you don't know why you love it. It's because you're a horrible person,
Yes.
and you love cock rings. You fucking idiot.
don't fuck with our friends.
Dude, if I knew who you were,
Ooh, bad news.
god damn, dude. That, man, friends are fucking family where we come from.
100%.
Shit the fucking bed. That pissed me off so bad. Now that I know Dennis was drugged and it wasn't my boy, like that's what's crazy is Dennis was more excited for the show than anybody in this band.
Right.
Like, I love shows. I fucking love playing shows. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I have yet to find the enthusiasm that Dennis has for shows.
Right.
Like, I don't understand how he's more excited than I am. I'm like, oh man, this is my fucking man.
Well,
I guess
and
it has
that
to
was-
happen with beautiful eyes and long hair. That's how.
Well, that
love
and
shows.
that was part of what the whole weirdness of it was for me, is because like every time we get to play a show, Dennis cares so much. So he's not the type that's going to sabotage the
Nope.
thing that he cares about so much.
If the story was Matt got too trash to play,
Yeah, cool.
it's like one of those things. Like, God damn it, Matt,
Not again.
not again, not again. I fuck you. I've never got too trash to play, man. Like, this band means a lot to me, so I know my limits. I'll go up to a limit sometimes.
Well, I mean, I've been like fall down drunk and still played a show.
Yeah.
So
That was what's weird. So that night that happened, Jacob Thompson called me in the alleyway when we were loading up.
yeah.
And I
Oh, is
like,
that who called you?
yeah, Jacob
Yeah, okay.
Thompson. And I was like, yeah, man, our guitarist is fucked up and we don't know what's going on. He's like, well, don't be too mad. I can remember a time someone was too fucked up to play, and I was like, no, you don't. I never was too fucked up to play.
I've been too fucked up to do a lot of things, but never play a show.
Too drunk to fuck. No, that wasn't me. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been. Even at my drunkest, I'm still able to be a person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't operate a vehicle.
Right.
Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been a very happy-go-lucky, silly drunk.
Yeah, same. Unless it's whiskey, then I get mad. For some reason.
No, whiskey... Yeah, no, whiskey's not good for me either. But it's not
But
like...
it takes a lot of whiskey to get to that point.
I'll tell you one thing. Every fight I've been into, I haven't been drunk.
Okay.
Like, I'm not mean. I'm more mean not drinking than I am drinking.
I just have a better filter when I'm not drinking.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I know how not... I will talk shit. That is a definite. I will say the fucking thing.
I will say the thing.
That
Yeah.
will say the thing. Whatever the thing is, I will say.
Yeah.
That's why this podcast is so great. That's why we're the #1 podcast in Texas.
You are covered in ash.
I can't stop it from falling on me. I don't know what else you want from me.
Be better.
I'm Catholic. It's Ash Wednesday, dude.
It's in February.
I'm a bad Catholic.
You're the worst.
I am not Catholic, guys. I'm whatever the alien species want me to be, the race that's coming to Earth right now.
Anunnaki.
God dang, dude.
Is that right?
Anunnaki.
Yeah, I was right. Thank you.
Yeah. We're getting in weird times in this Earth.
Oh, I read a thing
Go for it. We got time.
a couple days ago, and
Yeah.
it was like, apparently this is a dude that's written, I don't know, 6, 7 books. I can't remember the guy's name, and I hate that because I want to give him credit for it. But he wrote this book in the 60s, and it was all about how the Anunnaki came and they had to leave.
Oh, there's so many.
But then-
you're
but-
talking about
But the Nephilim took over.
yes,
It was a great little article.
Hitchens.
That sounds right.
Hitchens is a guy that, yeah, I think it
That
was
sounds
Hitchens.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to read your book now because that sounds cool.
Did you read the Mushroom and the Cross?
No.
You saved the PDF. I didn't know.
I
If you
didn't
read
download it.
it. You didn't download
No.
it. That one's a wild one.
I'll check that one out.
That will ruin.
It's
your
on
whole,
my list.
That will ruin your whole idea of everything.
It's on my Audible queue right behind the Skylight Archives.
Stormlight.
Whatever.
Read them books.
I'm gonna-
Everyone that
I'm
listens
gonna
to this
read them with my
podcast,
ears.
if you want to read a book that, so like imagine this is when Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings, and there was like these people in the 70s who are like, you should read these books. And you're like, oh, I'll make time for it. You know?
Nice.
And then you finally read it, like, why didn't I read these books sooner?
Yeah.
That's what the Stormlight Archives are.
Yeah, but there's like 14 books.
There's 4.
Okay.
So, okay.
It's almost 14.
So Brandon Sanderson is a Mormon nerd that wrote all these books. He wrote 4 of the Stormlight Archives. There is 3 Mistborns, and then there's also 3 other Mistborns set at a later date.
It's like an anthology.
Kinda. There's another couple series like Elantris and different mini stories that all cause. His universe is called the Cosmere.
Gotcha.
Like Marvel Universe, DC Universe.
Yeah.
His universe is called the Cosmere. And the Cosmere universe shits on everything because it's so fucking top notch. Like, I'm so excited for December 6th
Okay.
because that's when his 5th book called Wind and Truth comes out.
That's the 5th book in
Stormlight Archives.
Okay.
And it's going to tie some shit together.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
So I should read with my ears the first 4 books before December 6th.
Please.
Okay.
Please, so you can come over and we can read together. I'll read it out loud to you like a bedtime story. I'll tuck you in, dude. It's a fucking... I am so excited for this book.
I think I'll pass.
Everybody that has read these books and that I know that have read them, it's just geek central. Like, we start talking like nonstop.
Oh, yeah. You and Chad were talking about it on the way to the show.
Yeah. We also talked about that guy Omar, and I have no idea who he is.
Apparently, he's a cool guy.
I bet fucking cool, great guy. When I started in this band, like the selling point, I guess you would say, like, oh, if you join this band, we have a guy that will help us in our journey.
Yeah.
So he lives in Gilmer. His
Now.
name is now.
Used to live in Hallsville.
Yeah. He lives in Gilmer now. He used to live in Hallsville, and he was the guitarist for Falling in Reverse with Ronnie Radke. And Chad and Josh became best friends with him, apparently. It's crazy that my best friends are best friends with somebody that I have never met.
Yeah.
Is that...
It's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild. But they're
I know
like...
he's a real person because I've seen him on Facebook.
No, I'm friends with him on
'Cause
Facebook.
That's the truth.
Huh?
Because that's the truth.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what Facebook is anymore. Like, when I see people post shit, I'm like, what's real? Like, that's how my mind thinks.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Well, it's all like ads and clickbait.
Yeah, or they're taking pictures of, like... So, I know when a relationship has gone to shit because the dad will start posting pictures of his kids
Without the wife.
without the wife.
I
Well, no, it's just his kids. Not him and the kids, just the kids.
Yeah.
And like when I see that, I'm like,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. That's why I never post pictures of my kids. Because I
Same.
don't want anyone to know I'm struggling.
Well, I just don't want people to have access. I just don't want those creepos out there to have access to pictures of my children.
I will post pictures of my kids, but on my Facebook, it's only friends only. I rarely post kids on like
Same. Mine's set the same way.
TikTok or Instagram.
Oh, no, my kids are not on any of that.
Because I am very aware that there is freak shows. Probably the same people that drug people for no reason.
Yeah.
Pedophiles. And druggers that drug my friends.
Bunch of assholes.
They're all in the same fucking category.
Yeah, you know what? They should all just die.
DIE, baby.
You should be able to take out a tag
like a
you
deer
do for a deer.
or an elk. Yeah. Hunt a pedo.
Fill your quota.
Fuck. Why don't we just start the purge, but it's like the purge for people who the minor attracted person maps. Have you heard of that?
No.
There's a fucking thing called maps, and it's minor attracted person. And it's these people that are like, it's a condition. I'm attracted to children. You can't be mad at me. They're trying to legalize it, yeah.
Nope.
Fuck them. Fuck them and feed them fish eggs, dude.
Nope. Those people just need to not exist.
From like 14 to 17, that's who you date when you're 14 to 17.
And I'm a very tolerant person.
I
in
am
general.
too, man. Not my kid.
No.
No.
There's a line that you do not cross. And I don't care what you say.
I can't handle it.
If it's a condition, you know what? There's lots of conditions that people have, that people take medicine for, that people go to therapy for, and people go to rehab for.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a condition.
At that point,
That's a fucked up individual.
no, that's a personal choice, and it's absolutely atrocious, and it's
And guess what?
it's appalling to think
Even
that,
if you want to say that, okay, this is a burden on my life that I have been dealt, that I have no control over.
yeah,
Guess what you still
fucking
have?
find a cave and live there
You still have self-control.
every day.
I mean,
I don't-
it's like, come on, man. That's an excuse.
That's what people live on. That's what people fucking. That's how they go their day and day. Is like, they will make an excuse for their actions, thinking it's the way to resolve it, but they'll keep making the same fucking excuse.
Well, it's like, you know, when you
or choice,
when somebody apologizes for something.
but there's no fucking.
Yeah, like
Ownership
at this
of
point
their
in time-
actions.
At this point in time, you're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry that you got caught doing what you did.
Yeah.
I have this conversation with my sons all the time.
Yeah.
Like, Dad,
Sorry doesn't fix shit.
Like, I get it that you're sorry, but I need you to fix the behavior. Because that's how you know somebody's genuinely sorry for what they've done, is when they change the behavior pattern.
Yes. If you're truly sorry for what you've done,
You make every possible effort to not do it again.
yeah, because you see what it's done to people. It hurts them.
Yep.
And your actions have fucked people's lives up.
Yep.
And those two things should be enough to make you go, oh my God,
I need to reevaluate some things.
I've been making a horrible choice. It's wild that people don't even say it's a choice. They just say it's like, oh man, it's just the way I am. You know, like, fuck off, dude. Like, I can't speak for women, but I say for men, when you do that, you fucking own your shit.
Yeah.
And realize what you're doing is a fucked up thing.
Right.
Like, you can't fix the past.
Even if you have, in your mind, no control over the situation, and like, oh, this is just a thing that I have,
Well, God damn it. Get away.
then don't put yourself in the situation.
Exactly.
I don't care. Like, you can say that's who you are all day long.
Yes.
Fine. I understand that that's your situation,
But
don't put yourself
in situations
in a
where
yeah,
exactly.
If you know you can't control it, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be out of control.
Right.
That's right.
Those I mean, this goes with everybody, but like people who are part of the community that are minor attracted people, there's no fucking way that is like who you are. That's a fucking choice. You strike out with women your age, well, fucking figure out why you're striking out, or
Maybe move out of your mom's basement.
or be stop being that. But like, fuck, man. In America, I know for a fact we're pretty even kill to the women to men ratio. I think men are a little bit higher.
No, it's the other way.
Is it the other way?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
It used to be anyway. I don't know that for a fact now. Let me look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I'm just gonna keep spitballing about why you shouldn't be a fucking weirdo.
I mean, I think you just covered it.
It's insane to me, man. Like some people will use the excuse like, well, my granddaddy married his wife. The time where we're at now,
The gender ratio in the United States is 97.2 males per 100 females.
so basically right on the money.
Yeah, we're pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
But there are slightly more females than males.
Yes. There's no, I don't know how to, let me find what I'm looking for to say. There's nothing in my mind as me, as a person, makes that like I can't make sense of it. The fucking, if you, as a man,
Yep.
over the age of 18.
It's not just men, though. It goes both ways.
Yes. Females,
This is an equal opportunity. Fuck you.
yes. If you're a woman and you're prying on younger men, god damn it, dude. Don't. That's stupid. Just fucking stop doing it. It just like all this shit makes me like insanely pissed off.
Well, it's because we're dads, man.
Yeah.
We've got little souls to worry about in this world.
Yes.
And it's hard enough
If a fucking
without that.
if a fucking 24-year-old came knocking on my door, my daughter's 16 or 17,
That's the last door he's ever going to knock on.
man, I don't know. It's a wild thought.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. Like, I
Yeah.
know my kids will know what my kids will know. Like, when my daughters are 17, 16, God forbid they ever want to date, but if they're ever like, I met a guy, he's 19.
they're going to.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this last week.
We did.
It's fucking, the clutch is dumped, man. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. I don't think my son wants to date anybody. Every time I like talk to him about it, he's just like, I'm going to live by myself in New York City and I'm going to live my life. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That's going to be a culture shock.
His idea of New York City is like Ninja Turtle movie, New York City.
That's
pizza every night.
Well, I mean, I guess you could do that, though.
I guess New York City's not New York City. Like my idea of New York City's not New York City.
No.
New York City is...
You got to fight the rats off for your pizza.
Yes.
And the other side's of Paco.
Yeah. Oh, Paco.
Paco.
Paco. Yeah, if you're a piece of shit and you like kids, go fuck yourself.
Go hang out with the people that drug people for fun.
Yeah.
Those people should be put, like...
On an island?
I guess. I was thinking, like, cages.
A concentration camp?
That's... Maybe. Hey, so if you've heard anything tonight that you don't like, sorry. But we're just some dads and some dudes that care about our friends and our families. And
though, like, for real, if you didn't like what we just said right then, think how crazy it would be. Like, hey, you don't know what these guys go through. They wake up in the morning just like you do, but they just have an attraction to children. Could you imagine writing that sentence to tell us that we're off?
I've seen that almost exact sentence on the internet. And I don't understand.
I don't want you to listen to this podcast.
I don't understand how people justify it.
There's no justification. I will go to bat for any underdog if it's truly a good cause to be the underdog.
It's like we talked about last week. It's like, don't be offended just to be offended.
Right.
That's not helping anybody.
Nope.
Like if you truly care about something,
Yep.
or you truly respect something that somebody is going through, absolutely be an advocate.
Yeah.
But don't be an advocate just so you can say you're an advocate. That's fake. That's bullshit.
It's not
You're not helping.
nothing.
You're actually hurting their cause by doing that.
Right.
Because you're like, oh yeah, these people are great. Well, why do you think they're great? Oh, I don't know, because they're oppressed. Well, why are they oppressed?
Okay. If you want to dress up like a dog and meet another human that wants to dress up like a dog at a motel and
Go for it.
and you're both of consenting age,
Go for it.
go hog wild, dude.
Yeah. Don't diddle kids.
Don't fucking touch children.
No.
Let them be children. It's already hard enough for kids.
It's hard enough to just be a human on this planet.
Yes.
As a fully formed adult.
It's wild. I'm 36 years old, and it's not gotten any easier.
No.
Like, every day is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm in it, dude.
It's rough out here, man. And we're in a good place. Like, I can't imagine being
Anywhere else but here.
in another country
No, I couldn't imagine.
that is like so, tied up and tied down, and like imagine being some
Well, imagine being
Middle Eastern country where you can't do anything.
Well, imagine being like in the Gaza Strip right now, where you don't know if they're gonna bomb you or they're just gonna
You're
completely
just
forget.
dodging missiles all day.
Huh?
You're just dodging missiles all day long.
Yeah. I can't even imagine that shit, man.
No, and there's a reason we can't, because we never had to experience it.
No, every day's pretty fucking easy for us. It's not easy, but it's like a different thing.
Yeah,
than
but
what
in the
they're going
grand scheme of great lives, we're pretty close to the top.
Right. No, we live in the greatest country in the world, in the greatest state in the country. Life is pretty dope. And even then, like I said last week, it's still not the best.
Yeah, I mean, nothing about life is easy.
But it shouldn't be, though. Like, wounds give you wisdom. That's a real thing.
I agree with that. And they say like nothing worth doing is easy to do.
Yep.
Building character is a real thing.
Yep.
Struggles are important.
Yep.
They force you to grow.
Struggles force you to grow. Making what am I thinking of? As soon as I was hooked in the mic, it just like vanished out of my brain. It was just fucking vanished. God damn it.
Well, like there are multiple times in your life where you're forced to make
Hard choices.
hard decisions.
Yeah.
And that in making that decision, it's going to literally alter the course of your life one way or the other.
Oh, dude, 100%. I have half of my DNA, my family.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to make the choice, like, I can't be around y'all.
Yeah, decisions like that.
Because, like, my kids can't know about this.
Right. Those are hard.
It's fucked up, man.
But, and like sometimes you can't help but think, like, well, what if I had done the other?
Yeah.
What if I made the opposite?
The woulda, coulda, shouldas will fucking eat you
Well,
up.
and I don't mean so much the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but like those big major life choices that you come to a crossroads or whatever.
The crossroads are real.
And you choose a path, and
Yeah.
you're fully committed to that path, and you're like,
Yeah.
yes, this is the right thing for my family, for my life, for whatever.
I'm going to be better off on this path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a moment in time of reflection and self-doubt where you come back to that and you're like, what if I had turned left instead of right? Or
It
right
always
instead of
happens
left?
at
Or gone
midnight.
backwards instead of forward. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
It always happens at midnight when you have to wake up at 5 in the morning. The
Yeah.
reflection times.
yeah. And then your brain is just like, guess what? We're staying up all night.
Guess what? We're thinking of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
It's okay. I was rambling.
No, you're fucking making all the sense to me, dude.
But
I love it.
I mean, and I think that reflection and that retrospect is important, especially if when you come out of it on the other side, you're still convinced that you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Um,
There's so many things that I have thought of, like especially in the past year and some change. So, like, I'm very thankful my ex and I made our children. We were married, and I'm thankful for that time.
right.
But there's also a part of me that knowing that, like, regardless of what happened now, I still have these beautiful kids.
Right. Absolutely. No regrets.
No regrets. But but no regrets. But there is a moment where I'm thinking to myself, I married her in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I was on a path of financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
And I was living the absolute best single life I could have lived at that time. Like, I was working very hard. I was
Right.
making all the money I could, stacking up as high as I could, buying the things I wanted to buy. But I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I had more things, materialistic kind of ideas or anything like that. But, like,
What would your life have been had that not happened?
right.
Yeah. I think that's natural.
Yeah. But I will say, when seeing my children, being
then
with
you're
my
like,
children,
okay, cool, great, this is perfect. I would not have changed anything.
I would live in a fucking tin can if I had, like, I'm not saying I would go back in time and not have my kids.
Right.
None of that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Well, that's kind of what I meant by, like, when you come out of that
Yeah.
hindsight view and you're like, oh wait, no, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, then it's a reaffirmation.
Have I ever told you it's like the fucking dumbest Matt Smith effect theory ever. You know when you have deja vu?
Yeah,
Everyone has it.
absolutely.
No one can really explain it. It's kind of like a hiccup, and you're realizing like you've been here before, kind of thing. That's what they say, is like your brain's just saying like, it's kind of like your brain going like, no, hold on, this is new, but it's not.
Right.
Just give me a second, I'll catch up.
Let me process this real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's people that think that this is a simulation.
Yep.
Nothing is real.
It's a glitch.
It's a glitch.
Right.
Matrix.
Yep. 50-50 shot.
My personal belief on deja vu is the universe, or the master controller, or master blaster, or king of the universe, I don't know what the fuck you call it, he's letting you know, player one, that you are on the right path.
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, I think when you have deja vu, this is like the universe going like,
It's like a friendly reminder.
you hit that checkpoint, son, you're
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Yep.
I get that. No, that makes sense.
Yep.
So, my, I guess, ex-wife now and I we're still going through the divorce.
Yeah, you're in the
haven't
thick of
officially
it.
signed the paperwork right yet. But, I mean, we were together for 22 years.
Oh shit, I was way off.
Yeah. You were close.
No, I wasn't at all.
We were together for
You were there for 16?
22, from the time we started dating until the relationship ended, 22 years.
22 years.
The separation happened right before our 19-year wedding anniversary. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's painful.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really do life by myself, because I haven't been
Right.
by myself for
Yeah.
half of it. I mean, I'm 41 years old.
Yeah.
22 years in a relationship, that's more than half of what I've been alive.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to last forever because that was my intention going into it. Like there was
Right.
no thought or desire or inkling or hoping that it would be any other way.
Right.
We've got 2 wonderful kids.
Right.
Still learning the co-parenting thing. It's going well.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's
Yeah.
going good. We're working on the friendship thing because, like, it wasn't a nasty. Nothing happened. Like there was no infidelity. There was no
Yeah.
animosity there. It was like she needed to figure out shit for herself and needed to live her own life. And
you, as the good guy.
I wish her well, and I
Yeah.
hope that she's successful.
Right.
And I just need her to be okay and happy for my kids. Like it's a really hard pill to swallow that suddenly you're not good enough for the one person that you thought you were going to
It's
spend the
tough.
rest of your life with. So when that one person tells you, hey, you know what? I decided to not choose you anymore.
It's wild.
It makes you reconsider a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I am not
You're in uncharted territory.
Well, I'm not chemically wired to be by myself. Like that's
Yeah.
I am not a solitary person. I do enjoy alone time, but I do not choose to live my life by myself. Like that's good that you know that. It's
you're
not
by
who
yourself.
I am.
Yeah.
I need somebody there. And
Yeah.
and for the last 6 months or so, that's been you guys.
That's it. Yeah.
Which is great. I'm super lucky to have a group of people that I can rely on.
Yeah.
So I do consider myself very lucky in that regard to have you.
Like I said
and-
last week, we can't give you kisses though.
Well, you could, but I just would not take them.
It's not great. No.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Mustaches intertwining.
It'd be like static electricity. It'd be like rubbing 2 balloons together. So this is a new chapter in my life at halfway through my life that I never thought that I would have to deal with.
Right.
And it's been tough, but a little Rodney fell down.
Rodney fell down. We got him.
But through this, I've learned that I've always been like a people pleaser in a way.
Yep.
In air quotes. And I've really just like, you know what? I can't change the world because I'm not that dude, right? But I can change the impact that I have on the world.
Yeah.
So I've just like
We have 2 souls.
I just want to help people. Like
Right.
that's kind of where I'm at now in my life. Like when you've been told that you're not good enough, in essence, that's not what happened, but that's essentially what happened, right? It's like I don't choose you.
Well, you
anymore.
can read between the lines.
Yeah. So, like, I just want to help people. And that doesn't mean like financially. Or,
I will tell
I
you
just
right
wanna
now.
not be a piece of shit.
No, I'll tell you right now. If it wasn't for you, like I don't know where I would be mentally. Like this podcast is the child of many nights of us having conversations.
Oh, the first year of this band, every week after practice, we sat outside and talked for an hour or 2 afterwards, and we were like, you know what, we should start recording this.
Yeah, I was a wreck.
Yeah.
Not doing well, lying to anybody who cared about me, just saying like, no, I'm fine.
Right.
Not fine at all.
Right.
And
And that's hard as dudes to like.
it's hard. Yeah, no, it's a real shitty thing that this world has put on our shoulders. But like, as a man, it's hard to tell other men, what the fuck is that? Oh my god,
They're making babies.
You're not seeing this. But
There's 2 bugs
there's 2 bugs
having coitus on my armrest.
Yeah, but it's hard for men to
Talk about things.
and show, and like it's hard for another man to like, oh dude, I'm here for you,
Yeah.
and be believable.
Right.
And like that's what I love about the group of guys that are in this band. all 5 of us, every single one of us, no matter what the case is, we will listen, we will help, we will do whatever it takes. Like, this band's not about our music that we come out with, which is great. We have great music.
Yeah. But it's a true, it's a family. Like, it's
fucking, man, that's exactly right. Like, this whole front part of this podcast, like, we were upset because we thought our brother was hiding something.
right.
Then it turned out like, no, there's no way he's hiding something from us. Then it turned into like absolute worry.
Yeah. And then warfare on whoever the fuck did it.
And then now we're in that stage where, like, if I ever find out who, man, I'm not saying I'm Billy Badass or any kind of fucking thing. I know how to hurt, dude. I can fuck someone up.
Yeah.
You can fuck me up too. That's fine. We can go for it.
Yeah.
If you want to. It's not a big
yeah, we'll
deal.
both crawl out of there. It's fine.
You might be able to whoop my ass, but I'll fucking break everything on the way down, dude.
There's no such thing as a fair fight.
Never. So, but like, it's just cool to me that this band, you guys, y'all have been absolutely what I need.
Yeah.
And like,
and we're all adult enough to admit that to each other.
yeah. There's no fucking
there's no ego here.
No, there's no machismo. There's no ego. We all understand the fucking name of the game.
Right.
And like, I truly know that you guys love me. I love you guys.
We're all here for each other.
That's it.
Which, it's like, we talked about this a little bit last week.
It's cool
too.
having cheerleaders in your corner.
Well, it's we talked about this last week too. It's like, just be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice to somebody. It's not hard.
Were you nice to someone this week?
I was.
Me too.
I did not punch my employee in the face.
Yeah. I went to the laundromat, and this guy had like fucking just so much laundry. I guess he was doing laundry for the entire state of Texas. I don't know.
Nice.
But he was walking out the door. I held the door.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you don't have to do that. I was like,
no, man, you got your hands full.
You got your hands full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like being nice. It's easier than being a fucking idiot and dumb. And
no,
mean.
I've got a friend that's going through some shit right now that's between jobs and it's struggling a little bit, and they need a phone.
Yeah.
To get a job, right? Because you have to be like, so I added a line to my phone plan. And
fucking
like,
hey, dude.
It's a temporary thing, right? It's
Yeah.
until they get back on their feet. It's not going to hurt me any. It's
none.
$20 a month. Cool. That's one less
dude, that's awesome.
week of drinking or whatever. I don't know. I'm like
20, dude. That's like not eating Taco Bell for a day.
it's not going out to lunch twice a week.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. But I know it will help them to get where they want to be, where they need to be.
That's cool.
So little shit like that. It's not, like I said, I'm not freaking Mother Teresa.
No.
I'm not trying to save anybody, but
No.
like, if I can help somebody, I'm gonna help them. I've got to that point where like that's my mindset.
And like, think of the payoff. Not saying there is a payoff.
Oh, I don't ever expect.
No. But I'm saying,
that shit goes around and comes around.
My kids see how I am with this band. They see, like, my kids especially, they ask me about, like, are we going to downtown Longview to see Mr. Chad and his kids? Like, because I show up.
Yeah, you're present.
I'm present. And, like, how I am with kids, like, I love kids. Not in the creepy way, but, like, I think kids need older role models in their life.
Well, that's the only example they have.
And especially when they have a cool fucking dad or mom.
Yeah.
Like with your kids or Chad's kids or Josh's kids or McCall, Dennis's kids. Yeah. I'm just ecstatic to see them.
Yeah.
And I love hearing about whatever they want to tell me. I didn't have that as a kid.
Right.
I didn't have older people that were like, interested in me.
When we were kids, it was like, hey, you go over there to the kids' table.
Hey, go get your dad and I a beer.
Yeah.
That was who I was as a child.
Right.
Like I'm not. That's not a fucking no shit thing.
Oh, yeah, that's real. Yeah.
My dad and his buddies were like, "Hey, bartender, go get me a beer." That
Right.
was my nickname, bartender. And then I was like, "I'll never drink beer when I'm older."
Oops.
But I won't. I've never told my kids to grab me a beer ever. I don't think.
Yeah. I do occasionally.
But
it's usually-
I'm trying to think. Maybe I have once or twice, but it's never been like, "Hey, bartender, go get me a beer."
No.
But like, I want those kids to know, like, adults are not assholes. We're all here for each other, kind
Right.
of thing.
No, like it's an example deal, man. Like, because
Mhm.
whatever you give them, they're gonna amplify.
Yeah,
Because
1000%.
Kids are cool like that, and
They're like
terrible
little
like that at the same
conductors
point
of
in
what
time.
you put in.
they're amplifiers, man. They're like
Yeah.
they're parrots that are loud.
Yeah.
So whatever you give them, they're gonna give it back to you at 10 times the volume.
Well, in the Judeo-Christian Bible, it says sevenfold.
Yeah, I was close.
But like, you're right though. It's like what you put in your kids, you get back.
Yeah.
And like my kids,
And we're raising humans that are gonna take our place.
as a parent, I look at my kids and like I'm raising them and I'm trying to prepare for what things I don't see in this future,
That's tough.
and it's wild.
Yeah.
And
all you can do is
I'm doing my.
I think all you can do is teach them how to be a decent human,
Yeah.
and then prepare them for like
Catastrophe.
you teach them skills, you teach them
Yeah.
how to interact with other people. It's man, being a parent's so hard.
I think being a parent now compared to any time in the past,
It's rough.
it's so much more.
There's a lot of pressure
It's so much pressure.
because you, like you said, you don't know what to prepare them for.
And then like my kids don't have any access to the internet. They don't have tablets they have one tablet and they use things that are pre-downloaded
Yeah.
to play on. I don't let them have much more than that. And I get the fucking question all the time from my daughter is like, when are we going to get a phone? I was like, when I feel like you're responsible enough to have a phone that has all that technology in your
Right.
hands, because that scares the shit out of me. But in the same part, I remember being a teenager myself. When I was 14 or 15, I bought my own phone.
So like I get where you're coming from, and I respect that is
You're
your
gonna have to talk louder. I'm
decision
gonna go pee.
as a parent. But I think you gotta kind of almost view it as microdosing,
Yeah.
because if you just suddenly dump all that on them at one time and expect them to handle it responsibly,
Oh yeah.
that's probably gonna not go well. You have to teach them boundaries and limitations and give them the opportunity to make mistakes.
That's true.
So, and I'm not knocking your parenting
No, you
style
don't. Yeah,
whatsoever.
I don't take it as knocking.
I think you do what you got to do for your family and your situation. But
I think
my kids have Xbox friends or whatever. They don't
Yeah.
do internet. They don't have Google searches and free reign, but they do have a kids YouTube and stuff like that. And I get that's all heavily monitored, and parental controls on the Xbox and all that stuff.
Right.
And so like if my son is chatting with one of his buddies on the Xbox, I get a transcript of it. As long as it's through the typing. And now he's got a headset now where he can talk to people, but we don't let him talk to anybody that we haven't talked to
Right.
or heard him talk to.
Right.
So we did find out about 2 months ago, I guess, that somebody was buying him stuff on, I think he was playing Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah. And like he wasn't telling us about it, and we found out about it, and
Holy shit.
that was bad news bears.
Yeah.
And we had to have sit down. So my ex-wife called me and was like, "Hey, this is what's going on. She's like, I've already talked to him, but I want you to talk to him also. And I was like, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
what did you tell him? Because I want to reinforce. Like,
Yeah.
I want to. We're on the same team,
That's it.
so we have.
That's
to
what
make,
co-parenting is.
We have to make sure that we're telling them the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not like undercutting you, and you're not undercutting me.
Yes.
And like, we try to be very consistent on discipline. Anyway,
That's what you. Yeah, that's what you have.
it
to
was a super weird situation because.
do. It was a super rich 6-year-old.
Yeah, right. But that was one of those, like, we had to have the conversation. It was like, hey, look, there are people on this earth
that want to hurt you.
that have no regard for your best interest.
No.
They only care about themselves.
Yep.
And they want to take advantage of you.
Yep.
You cannot let that happen. It'd be the same thing as, like, we've always told you since you were a little kid. If somebody walks up to you in public and grabs you, what are you going to do?
Scream, fire.
You're going to scream and you're going to kick them right in the dick.
Yeah.
And if they don't have a dick, aim for where the dick would be.
I told my kids to scream fire. Like, I've still help.
Yeah.
All the words.
So, like, I told him, it's like, do the same thing when you have encountered random people on your games.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't seem natural and appropriate and okay, it's because it's not.
It's not.
There is an ulterior motive there, and somebody is trying to take advantage of you.
That's it.
So he learned a lesson. We
Right.
learned a lesson. And it hasn't happened again. Like, we blocked that person, and there's been no further contact.
You didn't find out anything about that person?
I didn't really try. I just
blocked it.
immediately
Yeah, eat
put
shit.
the kibosh on it.
Thanks for the roadblocks.
Yeah.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Thanks for the skin, bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's being a parent in 2024 is so hard because there's so much access to everything.
Yeah. It's so I get what you're saying, like the microdosing. I get that. And for the most part, my kids see like what's on my phone. There's nothing on my phone my kids can't see. Or I won't allow them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they know what the world's about.
Right.
And they know the dangers ahead.
Good.
And I'm not like Little House on the Prairie it like
Got it.
internet's not real.
You're not Amish.
Yeah, I just give my kids. I don't give my kids their own like personal access to it. It's not because I don't trust them or anything like that. It's just I want. It's a control thing. I want my kids to be. I want my kids to be safe, and like if I'm in charge of that, I'm gonna do that. I don't know. And it might come out years later that I'm fucking up. You know.
No, I grew up very sheltered.
Yeah.
Very not connected, and I guess we all did because we're old.
No, I didn't. I found the world on my own means because my parents weren't paying attention.
Right. So I think it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Right? So like there's benefits and drawbacks both directions.
Yeah. And I think that's why I'm more hesitant on things is because I know shit, I grew up in a world without the internet really. I mean the internet was there, but I wasn't like involved with it. I found the world in my own means. Like I found shit to get myself in trouble without
Right.
the internet.
Right.
Because I didn't have anyone telling me likewise. It was just like
Well, and when we grew up, you could run around the neighborhood and go hang out in the woods and not worry about not coming home.
did you ever find porn magazines in the wood?
No.
It seems like everyone I've ever talked to found some kind of porno.
I
in
grew
the
up
wood.
on like 18 acres in the middle of nowhere.
I grew up,
And it was
yeah.
all family land, so there was no weirdness.
I don't know, man.
I did find
I found the porn after I left off my.
I did find some old like raunchy playing cards one time in my dad's shit after he died, though.
Yeah, yeah. I found a bunch of weird like Billy Bob Bass Pro Shop calendars.
Nice.
Bunch of like big teated heathens.
Yeah, big teated.
Big teated. I just worry about weirdos on the internet with my kids.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I was just talking about. Like
Yeah.
but he learned that lesson already.
That's great. And he'll tell his little brother or older brother.
Little brother. Yeah,
Little
this was
brother.
the older one.
Yeah, he'll tell his little brother that there's fucking people out there that are not for me.
Yeah, they're not. They don't care about you. And that, adults could learn that lesson also.
Absolutely.
That's not just for kids.
God damn it, the fucking dating as a 36-year-old man.
Just try it at 41, man.
I think it's in the same category. I don't think there's much difference.
No, I just don't care enough.
I stopped.
I also don't go anywhere.
I don't. Yeah.
It's really hard to date people when you don't leave your house,
I
except
stopped.
for work and band
I
practice.
stopped fucking trying. I stopped all of it because no one's true, no one's real. Every picture I had on my dating profile was me.
Yeah.
There was nothing hidden. There's no oh, I thought you were taller. Oh, you have all your teeth. That's weird. Nothing like that. It was just fucking. It was me.
Right.
But
You weren't trying to catfish anybody.
no, but I personally got catfished in a foul way,
Yeah.
and it turned real shitty for me because of my how I reacted to it.
Right. Well, I don't think anybody reacts well to that.
No, old girl was thinking that things were gonna happen, and I was like, no, you are seriously 180 pounds heavier than you said you were.
Yeah.
Which I want to make sure everyone knows this. It would have
That's
been
fine if you're just honest on the beginning.
Yeah, if you would have told me the trueness, the honesty, yeah, maybe something would have happened. But it wasn't what you said it was going to be.
Right.
So I said, you lied to me. I drove all this way. Now I got to drive home mad and horny. Fuck you.
It's a bad combination.
It's such a bad. Well, she posted this chick. She posted a picture of me.
Made you the bad guy.
Made me the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
and
sucks.
after that, I was like, oh,
I quit.
There's no fucking hope.
Yeah, I quit.
There's no hope. And I don't know, man. It's just, it sucks for my children to grow up in this world. It sucks for me to grow in this world. I'm just glad I have a support group, dudes I can rely on, and we all have the same plan.
Yeah. And if any of you guys out there are listening, guys or gals, whatever, and you want to share stories with us,
Dude.
we'd love to hear them.
I love it.
Because we're trying to be relatable. We're trying to be authentic. This world fucks up, man.
This world's shit, but it could be better,
Could be worse.
Could be worse. So basically, this podcast is fuck the person that drugged our boy at Reno's.
100%. Hope your dick falls off.
Hope
or if
your-
you don't have one, grow one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sucks. That sucks so bad.
Just don't be a piece of shit, man. It always comes back to that.
Just everything revolves around don't be a huge piece of shit.
And don't be that pile of poop in the Serious Pizza bathroom.
Don't be shit in a pizzeria in Deep Ellum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
148. We did it.
We'll catch y'all next week.
We love y'all.
Take care of each other.
Kisses.
Bye.
Bye, babies.